Hi everyone, Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. I'm a little disoriented on the reading. I don't know, my computer I don't know, I think I just got attacked by something. So I'm doing this on my tablet, so I'm not exactly set up for that, but I thought what I would do was look at the time between um, where we find ourselves now. Today is the 23rd, 22nd. Today's the 22nd of December. Today is the 22nd of November. This week is um, Thanksgiving here in the United States, and they are trying to get people to not get together with their families unless they're already with their families because of COVID. And we've been sort of going through this COVID thing since March, really. I mean, really, like, going through it, and it's been these, this constant wave of patients, and the people working at the hospitals, the doctors, the nurses, the staff, the cleaners, everything are exhausted and burned out, and the worst is yet to come, especially if we don't listen to what scientists are saying, that don't get together with people that you're not together with every day. So we'll see how that goes, because we know that half the country, at least, or maybe not quite half, but enough of the country thinks that the virus doesn't really exist. So, I guess it is what it is. I hate to say that, but let's see what's up. Let's see what's coming up for the United States between now and the end of the year. Now and the end of the year. Okay, so let's look at that first. And again, I'm not sure where I have to look. So we'll see how I do with even holding the cards up for you guys. All right, so first card is Justice. The Justice card. Okay, this is about balance, the black and the white. I feel like, the Justice card is generally like this energy of balance. But there is this balance between the believers and the non-believers right now. Between what is real in front of us and what we wish it to be. Interestingly enough, Neptune, the planet of imagination and our ability to dream, is square the nodes of the moon. The nodes, the north node being in Gemini, which is about collecting the facts, collecting the information, and Sagittarius taking that information and creating a philosophy of life and a perspective, a larger perspective from the facts. It also, Sagittarius deals with our beliefs, and the North Node is in Gemini, which is about the facts, the black and white. Which, although the Justice card is associated with Libra, Libra and Gemini are both air signs, and so we're dealing with this contrast. There's like this contrast. Let's see what's crossing that. We have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is the way the system works. It's the body. In the case of the United States, it would be the Constitution of the United States. How is it organized? What is the organizing principle? But in this deck, the Hierophant has a little bit of a different vibe to it. We have a raven. Ravens are often connected with magic or the unseen. And it's holding a key, which is perhaps the key to the library of knowledge, perhaps. But there's also a lightning bolt coming down. And there's like a sudden, I feel like there's a sudden opening or releasing, perhaps, of an energy that's going to break this tie. There's this sense of a tie, black and white, even, and then the Hierophant, which is the energy of the 5, comes to break the to sort of to break it apart, to open it up for something to be revealed. And what's interesting about the 5 vibration is the Hierophant and the 5 vibration is the vibration for the year 2021. So we have an indication of 2021 being a completely different energy than 2020 has been. And how do we retain our balance through that? How do we retain our balance through that? I guess that's the challenge. What we have at the root is the Emperor card. Of course, the Emperor is the ruler. And of course, the ruler is being questioned right now. The people chose Joe Biden, but the president will not let go. And that has never really happened in the US before, not in this way. So what's at stake, what's at the root is power. But we see here in this card, there's an eclipse. So an eclipse says to me that there's going to be an eclipse that's important and prominent in this situation. And of course, we have an eclipse coming on the 30th of November. We have an eclipse coming on the 14th of December, which is the same day that the Electoral College does its vote. I think that the GSA lady is probably gonna, that'll be technically when the Electoral College votes. I think that's when she'll release the information, and we'll be able to, and the Biden administration will be able to get what they need to get. So I think we're still at least 2, maybe 3 weeks away from that happening, which is unfortunate because we know what the consequence of that's going to be. But all the same, there's a change of leadership here. There's a change of leadership. And that second eclipse, the one on the 14th in December, is right on the south node of Donald Trump. And so the past will be revealed, and it's time for him to go. What's in the past, we have the 6 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles is generally a card of distributing the wealth. And I think that, that could be the first check that we got, and the aid from the federal government with unemployment and stuff like that. That could be what that 6 of Pentacles is about. Bringing some semblance of, like some survival to the situation, some help to the situation. In the sky, we have the 9 of Cups. Yeah, this doesn't bode well, really, I think, because the 9 of Cups is what you desire and what you wish. It's your wishes fulfilled. But, 2 separate sides, they have different wishes. Or perhaps they don't have different wishes. Perhaps what we have to figure out is what both sides really want. What is their wish? What is their true wish? If we take away both sides of the, if we take away Trump, if we take away Biden, just, and not have them be, because, it's Biden's going to be president. So it's not that, but take away what they represent, and go and see what it is that people really want. What do they really, really want? Do they want to be fed? Do they want to be heard? I think everybody wants to be heard. I think the people on the right want to be heard. I think the people on the left want to be heard. And the problem is that the system doesn't work, because the system is not set up to hear the voice of the people, because the voice of the people doesn't have power. It's the corporations that have power. And it's not a government, it's a cortocracy. I don't think that's a word. A plutocracy. They don't care about the people. They just see us as ways to accumulate, gather wealth for themselves and not distribute it. So, and I think that both sides feel that. And I think that on some level, Trump misrepresents himself as somebody who cares. I think Biden really cares. But I also think that Biden is loaded down by a lot of history and a lot of, a lot of the old ways of doing things. I just did a reading on him that I don't think, I think my computer lost it or something. I can't seem to find anything on my computer right now. So we may not be able to see that for a while, if ever. But a lot of weird things happening, guys. A lot of weird things happening. Okay, so this is the immediate future. So 6 weeks out, we have the Father of Cups, and this is Biden. This is Biden. This is the King of Cups. So we do see him in the future coming in from the dark, so to speak. We have the swan, the black swan, symbolic of soul. And this is how things are seen from the outside. We have the Two of Cups. This is a coming together. This is an agreement. This is, two sides finally sort of coming to some sort of compromise, but not, and it's beautiful and it's needed and it's passionate, the roses, but the roses have thorns, so it's not without its pain and suffering. The domestic situation, the Fool, a whole new way, a whole new beginning for us, guys, a whole new beginning. But it takes a leap of faith. And while it's going to feel good because we're going to be released from a certain amount of heaviness, we're still going to be in a situation where we're in a new situation that most people don't understand how to navigate. So there's going to be a lot of trial and error. There's going to be a lot of perhaps mistakes or challenges to be able to navigate the new waters. But for those of you who are the light workers, for those of you who have a perspective, for those of you who see the future and can imagine the future, it's up to us, all of us, each one of us, in our own way, to visualize the future that we want to see. It really matters because it's going to help guide. It's going to help guide. And part of that is figuring out what it is that you want in your own life, what brings joy to your heart. And by connecting with what brings joy to your heart, you are connecting with what you can offer the world. You offer the world your joy and your love and your creativity. And we can work together to make this better. Hopes and fears, we have the Nine of Wands here. This is about climbing up. It's not easy. These steps are not easy. Actually, if you turn it this way, it looks like you're sort of walking down a tunnel to that, doesn't it? But yeah, so it's not an easy walkthrough. But the Nine of Wands, the soul, we are battered and we are bruised, but we haven't given up. We want to move forward. We want to heal. We want to rise up. We want to ascend to a higher state of consciousness. And then we have the Lovers at the end, which of course brings in the idea of love, but it also brings the idea of choice and the choices that we have made. So even though a little less than half the people in the United States chose Donald Trump, and he got 8 million more votes than he did the last time. It doesn't mean that people necessarily choose to continue the pain. I think they chose because they needed the change. They want the change, and they see that he changes things, even though it's for many of us painful changes. But we can fly together again. We can. And we can, but we're going to have to do it together. You know, it's about the two. You know, the Lover's card is associated with Gemini. We have to talk to one another. We have to communicate. And we have the Eight of Pentacles, which in this deck is this beautiful spider. And so we're all part of the web. We're all connected. And okay, here we go. We have the Eight of, so we're all connected. We have the power if we learn how to balance the four elements in our lives. Balance action with practicality, with compassion, and with a connection to spirit. The Father of Pentacles, this is an elk, right? So elks are known for their stamina. And rebuilding, there's a rebuilding and a reevaluation of what's important to us, and then working towards that. So it's a very actually positive spread, but through some really challenging energies. And I feel as though something is going to break here. Something is going to break. And it's very well, it could be Trump having his tower moment. I don't know who I was talking to, if I was talking to Marianne or if I was talking to Denise, but I almost feel like, you know, we're having our own tower moments for sure. But if Trump has his tower moment and he brings down the tower, his own tower, it could almost be like this sense of the sacrifice God who gives up his life force to continue the so almost like, you know, Trump got elected when the South Node, when Neptune was conjunct the South Node in Pisces, and people were looking for a savior. And what happens to a savior? But saviors are sacrificed, right? There's a necessity for sacrifice. And perhaps if he is a savior in his own way, which I know you guys are losing your mind about, but just suspend how you define savior. If he comes down in the tower, in his own tower moment, then that might be enough of a tower moment to transport us, and in his own sort of weird way might save us from the hell that he has created. I don't know how else to say that. It's weird. It's just weird. It's weird. So I'm still sort of reeling with, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't even know if I can put this on up without my computer, but we'll see. I'll keep you posted, guys. All right. Much love to you. I hope that was helpful. It was very interesting to me. Let's just pick one more because I can't help myself. We're going to pick a mystical shaman oracle, and this is for the U.S. between now and the end of the year, I guess. Or should I say now in the inauguration? What did I say? What did I say at the beginning of this reading? Oh my God, I should write this stuff down. Now in the end of the year. That's what I said. We have the serpent. The serpent. And it is 46. 46. 46 is a 1 vibration. In the Kabbalah, it's associated with identity and coming from your heart and knowing who you are at the core of your being. 46. Okay, let's see what this says here in this book. The serpent is the life force of Mother Earth. The coiled serpent of the Kundalini brings passion, healing, and renewal. She offers us the fruit of the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden and reminds us to shed the past the way she sheds her tired old skin. Serpent comes to offer you the forbidden fruit that will set your passions and creativity free. The serpent is the power of Kundalini. It is stirring within your chakras, gently asking you to embrace its mystery. Shed all skins that have been so attached to you and welcome the vulnerable pink underbelly that will bring you a fresh experience into your life. Your passion and sexuality are awakening. At this time can be scary. Trust the wisdom of the serpent to transform your sensual energies into beautiful original manifestations. And so that kind of goes along with the reading, actually, with the reading. So we're almost through it. We're almost through it, guys. We are moving through a birth canal, and excuse me, just the way it does when a child is being born. It's periods of tension and constriction and pain and lots of blood and guts. It's messy. But ultimately, on the other side, we have this beautiful, blessed life. And it can be what we put into it. All right, guys. Much love. Take care. Bye.